room, and today we're going to talk about sound-powered phones, how we communicate through the boat without using power. Let's go.
Here we are in the wardroom, and I'm sitting in the captain's chair, and right here is the wardroom sound-powered phone installation. It's like all the other installations throughout the COD. It's two parts. You have your sound-powered telephone handset, push button to talk and then release to listen. And of course, with 8 compartments and more than that in terms of sound-powered phones, you have to have a dialing system, and this is the dialer. Now, it will do a nice insert here, but it's got all of the major compartments in a rotary dialing, forward torpedo room, and of course when you dial in the room you want to talk to, you have to ring their call bell. So let's just say I want to call the captain's stateroom. A nice gentle bell. Back in the engine rooms, the bells will wake the dead. Of course they have to because the engines are so loud. This is the forward battery space about 20 feet behind me. And let's go back to the next compartment, the control room. By the way, we're very proud of the fact that our ringers have all been returned to working condition. Thank you to crewman Phil McCourt for that stalwart service on returning all of our ringers to operating condition and often having to rebuild handsets and things. Let's talk about handsets. I've got a set right here. This is from COD's original service, and that means it's about 80 years old. And this one is from a 1980s vintage fast frigate, one of the Perry frigates. And I'll tell you, not a whole lot has changed. Sound-powered phones are sound-powered phones. Now, they're called that, of course, because they are powered by the sound of your voice. As you speak, there is a little diaphragm. Let me just hang this one up in the spring-loaded catch, and that spring-loaded catch keeps it from jumping off during depth charging. I'm going to open this one up so we see what's inside. Don't ever do this on ships you visit. So here's the brass cap, and this is the speaker module. And what's inside there is a diaphragm that moves inside a magnetic coil, and as it vibrates the diaphragm in the magnetic coil, it creates a tiny electrical charge, which is then transmitted down the conductors through the ship's switchboard and to the site you want. And there's the module. Now, these were made by the millions during the war, but this one and all the ones today are generally more modern construction, same design. This was made by Stromberg Carlson, and it's got the contract number, which we can't determine what year. This is a Stromberg Carlson, but Analec Company still makes them to the same design. And let's just say we are not making a commercial for Analec. Ooh, that's the last time I'm even gonna use their name. We're not big fans of them. They sell those modules for about $200, and if you want a phone, the handset, almost $1,000. And of course, we asked them, you know, for the historic ship nonprofit discount, and they kind of laughed at us. So anyway, but thanks to Strip Ship Opportunities with Ryan Zemansky and our intrepid curator, Evan, he was able to bring quite a few of these off of some of the ships in the Philadelphia Navy Yard. And of course, here is basically the reverse module. So this takes current from the wire and vibrates a little diaphragm inside that you hold against your ear, and that's how you hear. But I'll tell you what, there is some more modern electronics in this, so maybe it's a little bit better sound quality than you get. But frankly, from our rather unscientific experiments. Doesn't sound all that much better. Anyway, so that's what's inside a sound-powered phone. Please never touch these on a ship, because chances are they still work, and you shouldn't be futzing with these things. So, and again, there's the silver push to talk, release to listen. And it's got a cord. Now, more modern phones have coiled cords, but in World War II, our era, they were straight uncoiled cords. Now, this is just one of many communication systems you would use throughout the boat. The sound-powered phones were for general reports, what's going on. You want to talk to somebody in another part of the boat. Hey, would you come up to the wardroom and tell us why we can't find, we haven't had any canned peaches on the menu? If you're talking to the George Sacco, or in George Sacco's case, where are the damn peas? There aren't any peas on the plate. And George came up. You have your battle telephone. This is for your plugging in your headset here. And that's the talker piece with the over-the-head headset. We can demonstrate that. In fact, that might be a separate system that we'll talk about on another communication related program. But now this is the original sound-powered system used aboard Navy ships, particularly submarines. And those of you from our guppy-ized post-war fleet boats are probably screaming, no, 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 that's not what we have. You're right, because this system, although the actual communication is sound-powered, powered by the energy of your voice vibrating the little diaphragm, it's very weak. And in fact, that's why you have this cup to collect as much of your voice waves and focus them on that diaphragm as possible, because there are no amplifiers. That takes power. So that aspect is completely powered by the sound of your voice. But the ringers and the ringer system is powered by ship's electrical supply. So in a bad situation, you may lose power. This might be disabled, so then you're going to use some of the other communication systems, the battle telephones, which is a standing talker, so it's an open circuit. Everybody is online, and they're only talking if they absolutely need to talk. So, but that was found to be problematic. So late in the war, the Baleo class boats, and particularly with Portsmouth, they got what's called the growler. Now, a growler is basically the phone connected to a small steel box. It's got the speaker and it's got switches to call the different stations, but there's a crank generating power through a dynamo. And that causes, wherever you're trying to reach, it causes their growler to growl, a noise that gets your attention and lets you know somebody wants to talk to you. It's not a gentle bell, it's a growler. But COD, being a pristine World War II, we have the original sound-powered phone with the barrel dialers, not those pesky growlers. But we do have a picture, and we're going to insert that somewhere in here. I leave that up to Evan. But that's a sound-powered phone here in the wardroom. There are sound-powered stations in every compartment, and including the captain's stateroom, certainly control room, conning tower. The galley doesn't, but the crew's mess does. I don't believe there's one in the crew berthing, because you're sleeping. You're not supposed to be talking on the phone. Of course, not in the heads. The engine rooms and maneuvering and after torpedo room. So suffice to say, I don't know, we're alone on the boat. It's after hours. So if I dial this to the back end of the boat, forward engine room, and I'm going to ring it. Now we're going to be very quiet, and we'll see if we can hear the Hell's Bells Waking the Dead ringer in the forward engine room. 1, 2, 3.
This is the forward engine room ringer. As you can see, it's quite loud, enough to wake the dead.
Hello? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're Evan's mother? What, No. Okay, yeah, I'll get him. He's in really deep trouble, huh? Evan, it's your mom. Hello, Captain. Yeah, what an honor it is to get this call. Well, absolutely. Hold on, Captain. It's Captain Westbrook, our last skipper from World War II. Yeah, hello back to you. Yeah, how's it going? Oh, okay. Hanging out with Mush Morton and Dick O'Kane and all those great heroes. I'll tell you. Oh, okay. Well, that's great to hear. I'll pass that along to the crew. He is very proud of the work we've done with his boat. Yeah. Yeah, we do have a picture of you laying on the bed. Yeah, you're wearing pajamas, but, nobody sees anything. And you're reading Clooney Brown. Yeah. Well, hey, history, It's been 80 years. But would you do me a favor, Captain? Hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons, and pass the word up in heaven. We need viewers wherever we can get them. And thanks for calling, Captain. Let's talk again soon.